Hi, I'm Micah Larsen, Rogue Persuasion Scientist, and today is the 23rd day of the longest federal government shutdown in American history. Now, I don't work for the government anymore, so I haven't had to go to work for 3 weeks without a paycheck. But last week I was in Jackson, Wyoming for a few days, and I saw the effects of the government shutdown up close and personal. If you've ever been to Jackson, you may know a couple of things. Everyone wears Patagonia. Celebrities like Harrison Ford can be seen out at local restaurants, and it's sandwiched right in between two major national parks, Yellowstone and Grand Teton. As fancy as Jackson is, a government shutdown still impacts the way things work, especially because of where it's located. The national parks bring in tons of tourists, so when the parks aren't working, the town isn't either. A number of parks-related organizations now are putting out appeals to try to persuade people to reach out to their representatives to end the government shutdown. So let's talk about one of those appeals for a second. It's a lot like many of the appeals that I've seen. It says things like longest government shutdown, unprecedented crisis, and lack of funding. This is super negative language. And here's something that you should know about persuasion. When you want to persuade someone to take an action, like writing an email to a congressman, this is usually the wrong type of message to send. Why is this the case? Because when we are confronted with negative information, we tend to want to ignore it or deny it. It's a threat to our well-being, and it can be annoying, and it takes up a lot of mental energy. Negative information or threats tend to result in something called the avoidance response. The avoidance response is when we reject or turn away from the appeal, ignore it, scroll past it, etc. We literally process negative information with different parts of our brains than we do for positive information. We use the parts of our brains that process the fight or flight response. So what the parks organizations wanted was something called the approach response. That's when we are persuaded to engage and take action and pay attention. Positive information tends to lead to this approach response. And when we want people to donate, speak up, or write to their representatives, this is the kind of response we're looking for. So what should this message be instead? Parks organizations could offer incentives or rewards, showcase other people who have contacted their representatives, or give a few reasons why sending that email would benefit us. It's super easy to send negative messages when we're trying to persuade people, but that's only the best thing to do in certain circumstances. Do you want to persuade someone to engage or buy into a request? You can learn easy positive persuasion tactics in about 5 minutes in my Persuasion Pollination program. Just follow the link in the description and take the free APIS quiz to learn which tactics will work best for you.